before he became the creator of modern electrical civilization, before causing giant lightning strikes in the Colorado desert, before he dreamed of global wireless energy, there was a boy from a small village in the heart of Lika, surrounded by storms that appeared before his eyes like living forces of nature. The boy who saw lightning not as a threat, but as an invitation. This is the story of the roots of genius, about childhood, growing up, and the journey that brought Nikola Tesla to the doorstep of America, the country where he would begin his greatest mission. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10th, 1856 in Smiljan, then Austria-Hungary. His coming into the world was marked by a storm, literally. The chronicles record that the sky was split by lightning that night, and the gentle midwife, looking into the light, said, "This child will be the child of darkness." His mother answered without an iota of doubt, "No, he will be a child of light." Tesla's entire fate is contained in that sentence. The Tesla family was modest, but deeply intelligent. The father, Milutin Tesla, was a priest, disciplined, educated, with a sharp mind. Mother, Georgina, Đuka, no formal education, but incredible talent. She made tools, wove, invented practical household devices. Nikola later admits that his mother was the first genius he met. In that house, between books, tools, and the light of a kerosene lamp, an imagination was born that will have no limits. Nikola's older brother Dane was incredibly gifted. Nikola adored him and wanted to be his equal. But one day, a tragedy changed everything. Dane was killed in an accident with a horse. The family fell apart from the pain. Father's gaze, once gentle, became hard. The mother was silent for hours, days. Nikola carried the heaviest burden. He thought that he was somehow to blame, that he would never be able to reach his brother's ideal. That trauma left a deep mark. After the death of his brother, Nikola begins to experience visual flashes, vivid hallucinations of light and geometric shapes. He would later say that his mind turned into a movie theater. The images would appear by themselves, as clearly as if he was seeing them in front of him. It would later become his greatest tool. Tesla didn't draw blueprints. He saw them perfectly in his head. Nikola was different in his school days. While the other boys ran and played, he studied the world around him, moving water, flickering fire, shadows, wheels, wind. He is recorded to have built a small water wheel that worked without any metal parts. Later, out of mere imagination, he also made small turbines that used airflow. Even as a child, he had a sense of fluid dynamics, a concept that would not be fully understood by modern engineering until a century later. But young Tesla was not healthy. He overcame serious illnesses, had bouts of exhaustion and migraines that paralyzed him. His hallucinations of light were so strong that he would hide in a dark room. At one point, doctors thought he would not survive. Milutin, his father, then came to Nikola's bed and whispered, "If you get well, I'll send you to the best technical school in Europe." That promise became fuel for young Nikola. Things changed when Tesla, with his father's word, entered the technical faculty in Graz. This was the first encounter with the serious scientific world. It was there that he first saw Graham's generator, a machine based on direct current. The professors explained that it was the pinnacle of electrical engineering. And then during a lecture, while the professor was demonstrating the operation of the generator, Tesla experienced what he described as a lightning bolt in his head. A picture appeared before his eyes, a commutatorless, sparkless, frictionless motor, an alternating current motor. That was the birth moment of the rotating magnetic field, a concept that would change the whole world. But as Tesla developed, life around him began to crumble. Poverty, lack of money, exhaustion, everything piled up. Tesla failed a year, did not pass the exams, and in the end, left his studies. That was the first big defeat. After leaving Graz, Tesla goes to Maribor. He did hard, physical jobs. He slept in modest rooms, barely making ends meet. He suffered a nervous breakdown due to exhaustion and hunger. He was on the verge of giving up completely. But in 1881, he left for Pest, and it was there that he had one of his most famous epiphanies. Walking with his friend Antal Setley in the park, Tesla gets a vision. With a stick, he draws in the sand the complete principle of the rotating magnetic field, the phase shift, and even the sine wave function. All this from the head, without a single note. It will become the basis of the modern power system. After Pest, Tesla goes to Paris, where he starts working for the Continental Edison Company. It was a dream job. Finally, serious engineering, serious projects, serious machines. His reputation is growing rapidly. He repaired the most complex Edison motors, solved problems that seemed unsolvable to others. Then they write recommendations about him for the first time. This man has ideas that transcend our time. In 1884, Tesla received a call. America is looking for him. Not the company, not the country, not an individual. Already, fate. He packed a suitcase, got on a ship, and sailed across the Atlantic. On that trip, he lost his suitcase, money, almost everything he had. But he kept the most valuable, a letter of recommendation. As the ship approached New York Harbor, Tesla saw a city rising toward the sky. The city where he would spend the most important years of his life. With one suitcase, a few dollars, and priceless ideas, he set foot on American soil. Tesla immediately went to 65 Front Street, where Edison Machine Works was located. There, in the noise of engines and the light of sparks, he saw for the first time the man with whom he would enter into the most famous technological conflict in history, Thomas Alva Edison. He handed him his letter of recommendation. Edison opened it and smiled. "I know two great men, and you are one of them if you are half as good as they say." That's when their joint work began, but also the rivalry that the world will recount for decades. Nikola Tesla was never just a young man from Smiljan anymore. Now, he was a man who would change the course of civilization.